And have you ever thought about another profession or maybe have any doubts in your choice? And what advice can you give to us about choosing a profession?
Are you saying that we should consider another profession?
She's saying maybe your true calling is elsewhere.
Elsewhere? Yes. Your talents lie elsewhere, boys.
Choosing a profession is very, 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 very difficult. I just read, there's an American comedian named Dave Barry, and he has a list, he calls it 19 things that took me 50 years to learn. And one of them is something to the effect of, never confuse your career with your life. And then he goes back and says, let me say that again, never confuse your career with your life. He has great lists, like somebody who's nice to you but mean to the waiter is not a nice person. So he's very funny. But I would try to, gosh, it's really difficult to answer this question from this perspective. I think I feel very lucky and blessed to be doing what I'm doing. I was going to be an engineer, go engineering, but I kind of happened into this. I worked very hard at it, and I know he did as well. Try to do something that, it doesn't need to make you, there are times when this job doesn't make me happy. There are times when this job, there's nothing like it. There are other times when I'm like, man, why can't I just be a teacher or something? So don't set the standard so high where your feeling is, man, if this job doesn't make me so happy each and every day, it's wrong. But try to do something that doesn't specifically make you unhappy. If there's something that you enjoy more often than not, this may be awful advice. Look for something that you're into and realize that everything at some point in time is going to be work and it's going to be a sacrifice and it's going to suck. No matter how cool your job is, you could be an ice cream taster. Sometimes you're going to be full of ice cream, you know? And that was my dream as a child, was to be an ice cream taster.
You know what's really weird? Right before coming on this trip, I was explaining to the kids, like, hey guys, I'm going to be gone for a couple of weeks. It's really hard on them at this age. And I was like, I'm going to be gone for a couple of weeks, and I just want you to know why I'm doing this. I'm doing it for work. This is part of my job, and I have to do this, you know, so that we can pay for food and for our house and for our clothes and stuff like that. And I love you guys very much, and I can't wait to come home. And Wes said, well, Dad, could you maybe just get another job, a different job, where you didn't have to go away? And I said, like what? And he said, you could be a taster. No joke. He said you could be a taster. Isn't that amazing?
My boy, that's my boy. You saw us eating that gummy bear together.
That's, yeah.
Try to do something that there's a great quote, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. But even if you love what you do, there will be times when you hate it. So just try and do something that you enjoy. It sounds like a paradox. Yeah.
I would echo what he's saying. I mean, especially if you're interested in a career that's kind of creative and maybe a little bit of a long shot, like acting is, or writing, or anything in the arts, I have seen a lot of people hide in other work. So they'll get a job that takes 40 hours a week that's doing something that isn't really what they want to do, but they tell themselves they have to do this, but what they really want to do is something else. And I think it often ends up becoming an excuse to not pursue the thing that they really want to do. I actually really believe that if you really want to do something, you have to kind of be willing to take some risks and make some sacrifices, and maybe, you know, when you're starting out, not make very much money doing it, or live on your parents' couch while you're doing it. But if you throw yourself into something that you love and you do it with passion, and if you make it about the process, not the product, like you enjoy the work itself, I think it's almost impossible not to be a success in some way or another. So yeah, same advice. I think.